Welcome back, everyone. In the previous episode, three neighboring empires formed a defensive pact between them and declared a three-side war against fanatical purifiers right in between them. So, although this is not a direct threat to us, this fanatical empire, the fanatical purifier empire, serve as a buffer against those empires, since they don't like us the same as they don't like them. So if we would have just stood and watched what will happen, clearly we can say that they are getting overrun. They're basically facing three navies and they have no chance in winning. If they will lose and they will just go extinct, we will be in direct contact with all those three neighboring empires, which means that we will probably suffer the same fate. Because right now we are in no shape to face three empires. So what we did to accomplish, basically to keep ourselves in a favorable situation where we have some kind of a buffer between those enemy empires, we declared a war on the warring factions in order to, well, first of all, expand, because we simply ran out of space so early in the game, and to hopefully prevent the collapse of this empire and distract their fleets from totally annihilating the remaining home systems of this fanatical purifier. By doing so, there's a good chance this empire will keep standing and keep providing the buffer we need in order to grow and eventually overpower those three empires. So yeah, that's basically what we did. War has been declared, fleets have been sent. We've already gained some territory, and yeah, basically we are now continuing our conquest. In the meantime, in the northern sector, we have a fleet that's going to take several systems away from the northern space dwarf empire. Although I'm not going to send them too deep, since this area is heavily fortified, and our fleet only consists of 2K corvettes. So yeah. We also know, by the information we gathered from the enigmatic engineering perk, that there are fleets on their way towards the robot territory and to intercept our fleets. So hopefully, by the time they get here, we will achieve our war goals, able to finish this war, and further just expand on the territory we conquered, and prepare for the next conflict. So yeah. So one fleet is right now conquering territory here. There's another backup fleet I'm sending away from this position. This Lisak system, we've declared it as a war goal, as a claim, so we need to claim this territory. And the third fleet is taking territory up here. Our job right now is to make sure none of those fleets get caught off by some enemy fleets, since they are moving together in a big stack and are favorable. Right, so this is taken. Now we move to this system, and there is another star system here. Right. Okay. This should fall. Perfect. Okay. See what's this? Some negligible enemy fleet. Okay, let's see where's the position of the current enemy fleet. So we literally just got them with their pants down, and see most of them, if not all of them, are currently engaging the fanatical empire and are in their territory. Actually, they're actually waging a space battle right now. Yep. Opa. And here is the and there is the Space Dwarf fleet coming to retaliate against the Northern fleet. They have 1.3 force of fleet compared to our 2K. We might actually be able to engage them in combat. Let's see. Destroyers with flak, which is useless. Just no threat whatsoever to our fleets. 5 destroyers and 9 corvettes armed with missiles. Alright, so, and small coil guns, pretty much inaccurate weapons. So if this fleet comes and it looks like it's following Alpha Fleet, this is our fleet right here, so if they will come into contact, we should be able to win this space battle, since we have a better loadout at killing corvettes than they do. And so we should be superior, so we can give them a nice ambush when they come. And we need to make sure we keep an eye on that, so we won't get surprised. So this war needs to be fought precisely, and need to pay attention to multiple things going on. This spaceport should fall. Okay, let's see how is my second fleet going. Right, it's still en route. Right, so this this planet is like no fortified at all. This is an easy grab. And army is here. Alright, so the nice thing about you capture enemy spaceports during war, and they will repair, and eventually they will be operational. This means that you can send your ships to repair at them and refit during the war, which is very nice. It's like serves like a like a staging ground for when you go deeper into enemy territory. So this is nice. And still nothing here, I see. Okay, so let's see what was the enemy fleet. It's getting close. Should be able to take care of this fort. Perfect. So this is gone. Now we see that the fleet is closing in, and when we are going to meet them, it's best that we do so in a friendly territory. The reason is, if you remember, we've picked Bulwark of Harmony. As long as we draw their fleets into our territory, and that means territory we've just captured from them, we receive a 50% fire rate bonus, which is it's quite a lot. So a favorable engagement for us would be in our territory and not on foreign ground. So we will try to maintain that. So far this looks pretty good. There are 2 systems we need for our claims. Over here, and that's pretty much it. So we are going to meet this fleet, which is being reinforced. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle. Something is moving here. What's this? Ah, Space Leviathan. Okay. This is going down. Perfect. Okay, so our first objective was achieved, right? So there was a peace offer just declared with from the defensive pacts warring the fanatical purified. They just made a peace offer. The good thing about this is that their conquest has stopped. So we've bought that fanatical purifier empire some time, some breathing time. The bad thing about this is since they have no war going on between them, they will now focus on us instead. So our goal now is to end this war as quickly as possible before things will go out of hand. And yep, that's exactly what we will try to do now. So this fleet has achieved its purpose. Let's move him away from here and protect the choke points we did capture. Let's move him to this system. Merge fleet maybe. and prepare for this war. See, they are coming from, where are they coming from? Are they? Okay, incoming fleet. Okay, this is right. So all our claims have been captured, and I think this is pretty much it in this front. There is no point going deeper since those are heavily fortified sections. Although we can go for the capital, that's a lightly fortified fort. Mm, this is really going to devastate them if we capture that. The question is, if there are fleets coming in, merging with two cell systems, where are they heading? Let's see where are their fleets heading. South City. Aha. Right, so they are on their way to the capital. So there is no point besieging that because we will just get overwhelmed, and we cannot afford to lose our fleets right now. Another option would be to take our fleets and merge them and then assault, but that would be probably too late, I guess, since their fleets will arrive faster than us. So we'll just hold the defensive ground over here and see what happens. Right now we need to pay attention to the northern front. And maybe even micromanagement our economy a bit. Let's get some buildings going. We can afford it. Ah, right. So the nice thing about it when you go to war with as a robot faction versus another robot faction that we don't purge the difference is we don't purge their pops. Instead, we immediately integrate them into our empire since they're robots. So against organics, you will need to go the procedure of wiping the entire population, which doesn't produce any work for you, and then repopulating the planet with your bots. However, since this entire procedure can be skipped because we can use their bots to just walk our tiles, and as you can see, that this is the planet we just capture from them, and it already has some population, right? And there is no malus for happiness or anything. You just start working immediately, and we can benefit immediately without waiting to purge them or anything. So this is very, very, very good for us. This is a quick upstart for economy in a captured territory. So that's the benefits of capturing another empire, which are also machines. Okay, so let's see what else do we have here. So these guys are approaching the neutron star. What's that? So they are retaliating with a large fleet. This is a pretty big fleet. That's 2.8 and 3.6. That's nearly a 5-6K fleet right there. So this is probably the main bulk of their fleet. So we need to be very careful. Might need to give up those planets, but that is not a problem. Oh, there we go. The moment last we got destroyers. That just took so much time. Just took way longer than it should have. They already have cruisers and we are still stuck with corvettes. This is just... So we're gonna let them take this. Okay, I guess they don't go for this spaceport. That's perfect. Right, so since our corvettes armed with autocannons, right? The disadvantage is that we don't have long range combat, right? So they will get the alpha. If we engage them at max range, they will have a nice alpha strike with those medium railguns, which have 75 range versus 30 range of the autocannons. We want to avoid that, so we know they will come from the Ophilie system, and we are going to meet them as they pop out of hyperspace. We are going to force a close range and close combat, situation, so our autocannons can engage immediately, and we effectively eliminate the drawback of the autocannon's short range. So that's the plan. Let's, maybe we can just also grab this territory since we're already here. Yeah, why not? No, let's grab this system. Just nothing really stops me from doing so. I have a fleet adjacent to it, so we just take it. That's for this system they took us. We're just gonna take them this one instead. Right, the fleet is coming in, and our fleet is in position to greet them. We'll see who the victory is. Although our fleet is quietly, some of it is damaged, but there's nothing we can do. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Looks like it favors us. Right, so it looks like we're winning, and we so far didn't lose a single corvette. This is a perfect outcome. We have routed the enemy fleet, and we've lost 0 ships by doing so. So let's see. Let's try and analyze a bit what's going on. So most of the enemy ships were warped out. When right in 2.0, when a ship gets low on hit points, it has a chance at jumping into hyperspace and running away, effectively running away from combat. So we've destroyed 2 destroyers and 1 corvette. The rest of them simply just warped away. Here you can see how much damage we did and how much damage they did. So against shields, now there's a new status called efficiency, which means how well a weapon performs against a certain category. For example, damage against shields, right? So autocannons deal 200% efficiency against shields. What does it mean? That means that they deal double damage against shields, which makes sense, because if you look at the autocannon stats, they deal 100% against shield damage. So they are designed to kill shields. They have good modifier against them. Next, you have blue lasers, which aren't effective against shields. They have penalty against them. They deal 50% less against shields, but that is, as you can see, there's barely any damage done because autocannons clear those shields fairly quickly. Accuracy is, as you expect, autocannons 88%, very accurate weapons, especially against small targets like corvettes, which are usually pretty evasive. And damage to hull, we see that autocannons again with efficiency above 100 due to their modifier. Blue lasers have no special modifier against hull, so they just deal the normal damage. And the total damage shows you overall, like the mean of all the entire weapons, the entire whole shield and hull, just makes something like an average of everything and shows you the general effectiveness of your weapon, how it performed in combat. So autocannons were effective. They did more than 100% of damage in total, and they did 8k damage, which were like 80% of the total damage. And small blue lasers were 110 efficient and deal 20% damage. Now, what that tells us is simple. The enemy had barely any armor. Since we have mostly autocannons in our fleets, right? We only have corvettes and we have just blue lasers and autocannons. Since the enemy has mostly shields in their loadout, autocannons did most of the damage, right? And blue lasers just worked on the hull. So since autocannons deal both more damage to the hull and more damage to the shields, they did overall more damage than the lasers. The lasers, their efficiency is killing armor, but there wasn't a lot of armor maybe on the destroyers, but they cleared that quickly. So that was very, very efficient, and that was major victory. We just lost no ships. All we have to do now is just send our ships to repair at the nearest fort, which we constructed here at the choke point, which isn't too far, just like a few jumps away, and they will be ready to combat. And yeah, this puts the space dwarves out of the picture for the time being, and we're just left with 2 empires now. Robots and those guys, those peacocks, man, I don't know what that is. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh yeah. So let's see if we can take this. Okay, this is over. Now, the strange thing about the new system is that despite we are being victorious in nearly every scenario, I wonder why it counts as defeat. It's a spaceport they took. We're still like behind in exhaustion. Actually, we are above exhaustion. Never mind. It's like the lowest, the better. Never mind. Right. So now it's important to track where those fleets are going. They are attacking some kind of starbase. It's probably trying to retake the lost territory. Yep, here they come. We need to reinforce that. Let's see, there's a 1.7k fleet coming into Lissac, and they have transports with them, and they have 1 cruiser, 8 destroyers. We have a 2.7k fleet ready to respond, so let's give them a nice meeting. The thing is, I don't think I will be able to force close range quarters, mostly because I missed the chance. They will arrive in Lissac faster than I do, but at least it would be good if we can save this outpost. And this will be the backup fleet. There's another fleet coming in. Alright. So here comes the fleet. I don't think we will be able to save that spaceport. I should be quicker, come on. Alright, we should be able to clear them. So second battle going up. We have the numerical advantage. This should be an easy victory for us. You can see their ships are warping. See, ships that have warped have this white flag around them. That means they are no longer in combat. They've sustained damage and they warped back to the enemy home systems. And that was perfect because we've lost again no ships at all. And once again, autocannons just making work. And yeah, you can see that this early game combination, even if you just have corvettes, right? You just remember they have greater tech advantage than us. They have cruisers. They have better ships. With the right loadout, you can still survive, and you can just, I mean, that's not even survive, it's even crushing them completely. And no problem, right? We're just researching destroyers, and there's still a way to go. We won't have any destroyers for this war. That's for certain. Right, so the backup fleet is coming, and then we have the robot fleets, right? So let's see what they are heading. They are attacking this starbase. So let's see if we can regain our territory. Let's see if we can reinforce this section. So they have 2.8, around a combined fleet of 3 to 4k. So we need to combine our fleets as well if we want to have any chance. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And really, our goal now is just to end this war as quickly as possible and just build on the territory we've captured. From time to time, I should just micromanage it. Some pops to work some stations around here. Important. My economy is really feeling the pain of this war. As you can see, the ship upkeep has risen since these ships are not, my fleets are no longer docked in a spaceport, so economy is going so slow. We had like plus 80, I think, and now we dropped to plus 36, so barely an income at all. Can't do much with it. So it's really useful. It's best if you just end wars as quickly as possible and just achieve your war goals quickly, end it, and be on your merry way. Just develop your economy back to shape. Right, so nothing much to do here yet. There's more Batharian stone, that's good. Okay, so our ship is repairing and almost finished. It will be back in shape. Can now use containment Casus Belli against us. Who the hell are the Juran Republic? It's those guys. Yeah, whatever. Just been warning them anyway. Okay, so this is it for this episode, and we will see you the next one.